joins us now. It's Miss Mary Dobson talking about, I don't know if it's your favorite topic, maybe your second favorite topic. We're going to talk about window coverings, blinds specifically.
Yes.
So, so much new stuff out there for us to consider when it comes to buying blinds.
There's so much new stuff, and it's very trend driven, absolutely, just like everything else. So what we're seeing is a trend toward people wanting dark on their windows.
Right. Maybe it's because we don't sleep.
We don't sleep.
Maybe that's why.
It's all that light outside.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I brought a number of new products from Levelor in to show you, and one of the big things is texture, just what we were just talking about, on the dark wood blinds, but with the graining being really evident. So if you're having something as simple as this on your window, it still has personality. It's not just a flat note. There's some real dimension to it.
Okay, so you see the grain.
You see the grain.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
There's something very nice and warm about that,
and
too.
if you're moving back to the lighter woods, we're seeing tons of those as well. So it's not just the dark, but it's that natural material. Now, you know my rule, so I struggle with this one about white to the road. And if you're in a condo, in particular, you don't have a choice. You have to have that neutrality facing the outside. But as people are buying into this trend, there's that concern, what do I do? How do I make it work? I typically say do what you want in the backyard, like who cares about the backyard neighbors? So if you want to do a dark blind, do it there. But if you want it on the front of your house, honestly, make sure that you have it be consistent. So do it on all of the windows. Don't do it just on one, do it on all of them.
Right.
Also consider too, if you're doing a dark blind, if it's a dim room, light coming through a dark blind will be reduced rather than if it's through a white blind. So you need to keep that in mind. But if you've got a really contemporary house, the dark blinds can look fabulous, or you do all of them. And especially when they're open, they just disappear. You don't even read there being a blind there. So it's kind of neat.
Well, the whole point of the white to the road rule was just to keep things consistent.
Yes, so we do not want the crazy quilt house.
No, you don't want the brown and then some green and then some white. So if you're going to do brown, just do all brown. My Little Pony. Yeah, just have it all one thing.
Now, when we talk about texture, you have to think about, do you want to see the texture? And in this roller shade, it's a really great example of that. We see the texture, but we really see the texture when the light comes through it. So if you're someone who needs your light really blacked out, then this isn't going to work for you. But if you like the idea of almost like a sheer on the window, but you want a more contemporary look, something like this is really spectacular because it's very clean and it really reads like texture. There's also more tactile textures like this one that reads like an origami. This one's quite spectacular. And they can be done with linings, so if you are someone who really wants to follow that rule of the white to the road, you can have anything going on the inside, like is in this roller shade, or Roman shade rather, but you can do a regular weight lining on the back or a blackout lining. And I really like the blackout lining for a lot of applications.
Yeah, I think it's
my
great
favorite
for
though, all-time favorite is the cellular shade.
Okay.
The little honeycomb.
What do you love about it?
You know, I like that it's quiet because I like to have drapes.
Right.
So I don't want there to be competition. So I love a cellular shade. I love the honeycomb. It gives insulation and it stacks up so nice and small.
Yes, it does.
There when you want it, disappears
when you don't.
I love them all.
Now let's talk a little bit about size when it comes to your blinds.
Trend, another trend.
Trend.
So 2 inch is sort of the industry standard. We have the 2.5 inch, so it reads like a shutter. So if you want that sort of shutter look, but you want them to be more practical, and blinds definitely are. Or new, everyone got rid of their mini blinds, didn't you? You got rid of the mini blinds.
They're back.
1 inch slats. It's a game we play.
Yeah, isn't that a fun game?
Time to come back.
Get rid of it. Now go buy new ones.
Yes.
Get rid of it. Now go buy new ones.
It's all good.
Well, you know, it's all about trying to find that middle ground too when it comes to trends, right?
And it is certainly a great way to make a statement in a room.
For sure.
A room is never going to feel finished until you've addressed the windows in some way.
I know.
That's
and we're not talking about a sheet. It's got to be a proper window
My
covering.
Little Pony.
Apparently there are rules about that stuff.